The New Colossus by Emma Lazarus. Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame, with conquering limbs astride from land to land, here at our sea-washed sunset gate shall stand a mighty woman with a torch, whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name, Mother of Exiles. From her beacon hand blows worldwide welcome. Her mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor that twin cities frame.
Keep ancient lands, your storied pomp. Cry she with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to be free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Yes, we're off on a tangent. I'm trying to save you, so. I know, okay, I know lots of people want to read poems, so I'm going to get through this. But first, I want to thank all of you so very much. Just a couple months ago, I was feeling quite down. I saw a lot of things going on that really hurt me, really terribly. And I wasn't sure if I was going to stay in this town. But I am so happy that we have decided to stay. And it is because of all the soulful, connected, wonderful people here. And doing a project like this has meant so much. People like Heather and Tasha and Kathy and Rich and all of you make it so easy. This is such not a stressful event to do. This is so easy. You show up, everybody is just engaged, ready to do this, coming from a heartful place that is the easiest meetings in the world, and everybody just goes and does it. And they do it from a place of love. So thank you. Also, thank you to all that help and support us doing this. Stover Insurance is a local insurance agency. We have flyers out here, and anytime you get an insurance policy through them, they will donate $10 to Selah. So keep that in mind. We need to support all of our business people that support us. So if you own a business, we're here to build community. We're here to support each other. So network with each other. Let us know who you are, what you do, because we'll come and support you, because it's about supporting and building community. So I was reading, and I came across a really cool study. Because what we're really trying to do here is use arts as a form of advocacy. So this really cool study came into my view just this morning. So I wrote down some of it. Places and people are transformed by the arts. And I really believe this. I've seen neighborhoods that people were scared to go into, frankly. And art has come in, and then unfortunately it's too expensive to live there after that. So, it'd be nice if we found a happy medium. But the point is, the arts can transform a place. And so it can become an economic tool. So I read this study, and this kind of backed me up. So the study was made by, I believe he was a Harvard professor named Dr. Earl. And he was looking for the ingredients that afford the physical well-being of people. So he's looking in different places, like who are the healthiest people? What are the elements in that community that create that? So he was in various communities. He studied them for 15 years. His research found the most important factor of health from one community over another was something he termed, which is really cool, collective efficacy. So remember that. Put it into your brain, because this is what we need, and this is what we can do and what we're doing. He was surprised to find that it was not wealth, crime, or access, or something other, like some other tangible factor, that was really what was topping the list. It was the most elusive ingredient, the capacity of people to act together on matters of common interest. This made the greatest difference in health, well-being, and economic development in the community. The article went on to profile communities coming together through creativity, culture, and my favorite part, if you know me, and if you don't, you will. You'll get this. Celebration. They developed social capital by sharing and seeking common goals. This served the communities into other endeavors, like I said before, health, civic participation, economic development. Isn't this what we're doing right now by showing up here today? Right here, this moment, you're part of something like this. What we're doing now can create health, wellness, and economic development right here in Front Royal. We don't want oil. I've been reading too much climate change stuff, I'm sorry.
Money follows oil. I wouldn't mind
Well, but you know what? More money, real wealth, is without the oil. Unless it's oil of Olay. So, instead of building walls, we want to build bridges. Through these events and connections, we'll learn to connect and appreciate each other, our stories, our cultures, to bring about a prosperous, healthy community that we can all be proud of. So we have a sign-up sheet, and we're going to be giving out cardboard bricks, and we're going to ask you, as a call to artists, to decorate these bricks in whatever medium you work in. And don't worry if you can't draw or paint, because that's not just what creativity is. Creativity is just getting up and getting yourself out the door. It's a very creative way to do that. You can use collage, we can meet, there's a sign-up sheet, we can help you. If you want to learn art, we'll teach you. But we're going to do something public with these bricks, and we are going to build a bridge instead of a wall. We need each other now more than ever. It is our survival at stake here, and the only way forward is finding out what unites us, working together, and celebrating and having fun. We can collaborate together. We have founded United Shenandoah Valley, or Shen, we're calling it Shen, not Shenandoah, right? United Shen Valley Artist Group, so that we can serve you. Let us serve you, let us know what you need, and come and join with us. Thank you so much.
How incredibly synchronous, how amazingly blessed that on this day, when we have this event here at Selah Theater to build bridges, one appears. Until this very night, no one has ever been able to do that.
It's very true. The bridge was built just at midnight last night.
I find that to be miraculous. It is my very great pleasure to introduce to you Latasha Dozier-Early. She's the founding artistic director of Selah Theater Project right here in Front Royal. Reaches over 650 young actors in many venues throughout the Winchester area. She has served as a preschool director, a big sister, and a foster parent. Latasha is not a stranger to the stage. She is an accomplished performer with credits in both regional and community theater, including the Other Voices Theater, Theater Shenandoah, Sandler Performing Arts Center, the Apollo Civic Theater, Winchester Little Theater, Orstrom Bryant Theater, and the Kennedy Center. She has been seen in productions such as Avenue Q, where she played Gary Coleman. Also miraculous. The Miracle Worker, where she played Viney. Queen of Sass. Queen of Sass. It was not acting. Not acting.
It wasn't hard, no.
Chicago, where she played Mama Morton. Hairspray, where she played Motormouth. That too was not acting. Necessary Targets, where she played J.S. Bach, and From Prison to Stage. Her directorial credits include The Laramie Project, Vagina Monologues, The Colored Museum, Annie Jr., Schoolhouse Rock Jr., Around the World in 8 Plays, A Suserific Christmas Carol, and Steel Magnolias. I give you Latasha Dozier Early.
Thank you, Rich, for that marvelous intro. Name that movie?
Focus, focus.
You got it. You win. You win hearing me speak. Okay. So I chose these works. They are all by Black American artists. And the first poem is by Langston Hughes, my favorite. Mother to Son. Well, son, I tell you, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. It had tacks in it, and splinters, and boards torn up, and places with no carpet on the floor, bare. But all the time, I've been a climbing on, and reaching landings, and turning corners, and sometimes going in the dark, where there ain't been no light. So boy, don't turn your back. Don't you sit down on the steps, 'cause you finds it's harder. Don't you fall now. For I still going, honey. I still climbing. And life for me ain't been no crystal stair. Where there is so much racket, there must be something out to kilter. I think that twixt the Negroes of the South and women of the North, all talking about rights, the white men will be in a fix pretty soon. But what's all this here talking about? That man over there says that women need to be helped into carriages and lifted over ditches and to have the best place everywhere. Nobody ever helps me into carriages. Wouldn't you be mean not to let me have my little half measure full? Then that little man in black there, he says women can't have as much rights as men, 'cause Christ wasn't a woman. Well, where did your Christ come from? From God and a woman. Man had nothing to do with it. If the first woman God ever made was strong enough to turn the world upside down, all alone, these women together ought to be able to turn it back up again and get it right side up. And now they is asking to do it. The men better let them. Obliged to you for hearing me. And now old Sojourner ain't got nothing more to say.
Has published poetry and fiction in Bomb, Salon.com, Exquisite Corpse, Another Chicago Magazine, Up is Up, but So is Down, New York's Downtown Literary Scene 1974 to 92, and many other journals and anthologies. His personal essays, features, and reviews have also appeared in Salon.com, Vox Populi, A Public Sphere for Politics and Poetry, TheWeaklings.com, The Good Men Project, Sensitive Skin Magazine, Gargoyle, the New York Press, the Washington City Paper, the Brooklyn Rail, and the New York. He's read his work at the Lollapalooza Festival, CBGB's, the Knitting Factory, the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, the Black Cat Club, and many other venues. In 2014, he won the New Guards Nightville Poetry Prize for his poem, 7 and 7 Is. It is my great pleasure to bring to the stage Jose Padilla.
I forgot a lot of those things since last time. I guess it's been a year since I last, the last place I read was here, so. I'm going to read a couple of poems. Okay. This first one is called To the White Supremacist Who Referred to Me as Taco Boy. This is in response to that Salon.com article where, I got called a bunch of names for just being, my pleasant little self. To the white supremacist who referred to me as Taco Boy, it's been said that what makes life so precious is how it can all suddenly end. But why should I believe the scoundrel who tells me this? Why should I trust him more than the man who sells the snake oil and says you can live forever, or the woman telling fortunes behind the bluegrass storefront in the sort of old downtown that's vanishing before our eyes? Not everything that is precious becomes a snake once the doors are closed. Not all fortunes collapse or explode just because the woman telling it has an intense way of expressing her dark opinions. There are times when a dog on its 4 legs senses disaster more accurately than a reading of highly calibrated instruments. Days when aching bones say more than thick reports in heavy black binders. I confess that I've only started asking for extra, for more than what you think is my fair share, and I'm about to stop saying sure and asking may I. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, but the planets still revolve around the sun and reflect its light, and even the universe, as wide and heavy as it already is, will continue to amaze us in its ceaseless efforts to expand. This is called, and when lilacs bloom, there will be time enough for both anger and light. After dinner one evening, my daughter asks, will I grow up to have anger issues? It feels like a summer night with the warm weather newly arrived, and that's a difficult age, and especially hard time to be 9. I remember at that age neurotically worrying about every disease I might possibly have, but I never worried about anger issues because back then we rarely used the word issues that way. And I was simply concerned if I might one day go crazy, which is a word back then that covered everything that sent a person to what we called the funny farm, which didn't sound all that bad to me because at least you got to laugh. And I wondered if more than anything else, that's what made a person crazy, that ability, that tendency, that insurmountable. Whenever I hear that at preschool my 3.5-year-old son refused to do what the other kids were doing and got mad when the teacher tried to get him to do it, I'm reminded that doing what everyone else is doing has never been my ambition or aspiration, and that if in the future my son ever disobeys an order or walks away from the gathering crowd, it just means that he's learned to apply logic to the situation. When 1 million Americans are sad, every flag in America droops and slides an inch, then another inch down the flagpole, and nothing can stop this descent until bold, confident smiles return to these Americans' faces. American sadness, let's make it clear, is exceptional. Unlike what you may have heard, it doesn't always talk softly, but it always carries a big stick, because no one is sad the way an American is sad. No one drags his feet through the dullness of a day or walks with her eyes looking downward quite as sadly as an American who feels sad because America is losing a battle, coming in second, or washing ashore with empty pockets and bad breath. American sadness, of course, is the greatest sadness in the world. Do not look it in the eye unless your intention is to make amends. Do not settle for a knowing grin or a sliding into place or the proper order of thought or things. Work hard, do your best, and fight whenever a fist is called for, or a bomb needs to be dropped upon a civilian population whose greatest misfortune is not being American. But above all, keep American sadness at bay like a ship that wrecks offshore through instability or from fault of navigation. Let's remember to keep America happy. Let's keep America entertained.
Drink, and if you haven't signed up for the open mic but you want to read, go ahead and sign up. And then after intermission, we'll come back and we're going to have a great open mic.
Thank you, Heather.
So we have a painting of a tree by the entrance. When we came in, it's right on the wall. And Tammy is going to be passing around these leaves. And the objective of this is we actually invite you to write a hope for the future, for your community, for your family, or concern that you may have. And once you write this on there, you write it on the front, by the way, and you can tell it's the front because the back has a little sticky thing on it, okay? So once you've written that on there, you can take this little tab off and just stick it right on the wall on the tree. And what we're going to do then is, after this event is over, we're going to take a picture of the tree, and then we're going to take these leaves and we're going to actually compile them. Heather, I think, is going to put it in some kind of a poetic framework, and then we're going to send it to our local representatives. And so the objective is going to be, hopefully have the right objective, but I think it's to really raise awareness of the community, how we feel, and also of the arts. And so we just love it if you would participate. You don't have to participate, but that's,
You can write whatever you want. It could be a poetic line. It could be
Oh, it's too much here. You know what?